The sun was sinking into a misty evening when an old, dust-covered bus stopped at the village station. People watched curiously. A girl wrapped in a long coat stepped off silently. Dusky skin, a cheap suitcase in hand, exhaustion in her eyes, yet a storm hidden deep inside. This was Amna. The same Amna the entire village once called the American girl. When she left on a scholarship 5 years ago, her name echoed in every household. But now she had returned quietly, unannounced. Rumors swirled, she had been deported from America. When Amna reached home, her mother Fatima came to the door. For a moment, she didn't even recognize her. Amna spoke softly. Her mother rushed to hug her, but the warmth was missing. Something felt off, as if everyone already knew or her return wasn't welcome. Her father turned his face away. Her brother Bilal avoided eye contact. And her younger sister Syra didn't even speak to her. Amna locked herself in her room. She stayed up late at night, crying in silence. The world believed she was a failure, someone who lost her dreams and returned defeated. But the truth was something else entirely. Amna had been a successful engineer in the U.S. She had proven herself, secured a good job, an apartment, all the comforts of life. But one letter changed everything. The letter was from Fatima. It said the family's financial condition was ruined, the father was ill, Bilal had lost his job, and Cyrus' wedding had been called off because they couldn't afford the dowry. Most importantly, we won't disgrace you, but we cry for you every day. Amna's heart broke. She sold everything, gathered all her money, and returned to Pakistan, but with a lie. She claimed she was deported so no one would feel inferior or prideful about her sacrifice. But what she didn't know was that the letter was never from her mother. One day Amna found that same letter among some old papers. The signature at the bottom claimed to be Fatima's, but as she stared at it, she realized, they weren't her mother's. Her breath caught. She dug deeper and found the truth, her parents had no idea about the letter. Her father wasn't ill, and Cyrus' wedding was never cancelled. The truth was, Syra and Bilal couldn't bear Amna's success in America. They wanted her back, empty-handed, so they could claim everything for themselves. Amna didn't scream or create chaos. She endured it all. The money she brought, she handed over to her mother. She repaired the house, bought medicines for her father, and even arranged Cyrus' wedding. But a storm had begun within her. A question echoed inside, am I born only to give? Don't I have an identity of my own? Every day, she stood in front of the mirror and asked, Amna, who are you? Just a self-sacrificing daughter? Or someone who deserves to live for her own happiness too? These questions led her on a journey of self-discovery. She woke up every morning, recited the Quran, and in the silence of dawn, searched for her soul. And one day, she made a decision, from now on, I will not just live for others, I will live for myself too. Amna started a foundation, for women's education and employment. She was no longer just a daughter of the village, she had become a leader. But now, instead of soft light in her eyes, there was a fire, the glow of self-worth. Syra wanted a job at the foundation. Amna said, you'll have to appear for an interview. No favoritism here. Bilal complained, you've changed. Amna smiled and replied. When angels are wounded, they become stronger than humans. Amna was no longer soft, but strong. No longer silent, but clear. Her journey began with sacrifice, passed through betrayal, and ended with self-discovery. Sacrifice for truth, but don't lose yourself. Self-awareness is the greatest power. If you don't value yourself, the world never will.